What up, everybody? Today I'm going to share a winning at failing lesson that I learned marketing on LinkedIn. Now, marketing on LinkedIn, both paid and organic, are wildly successful products, and video especially. And I'm personally a big fan of both the organic and paid sides of LinkedIn as a marketing channel. Now, as far as this failure goes and the lessons learned, they're less about the paid ads, which I was running, and not necessarily specific to LinkedIn, but the more about the content of the campaign and the offer I was using. So here's the situation. I ran demand and lead gen ad campaigns for a couple months here on LinkedIn, and I'd say we saw limited success. We tried a range of different click-through campaigns, forms, a bunch of different pieces of creative and content as hooks. We changed the audience, we changed the content, we adjusted the bids, targeting, you name it, we tried everything. But the one thing that we never really changed dramatically, and I think this was the failure, was the underlying attractiveness of the offer or call to action. I use them interchangeably here. We pretty much stuck with the same formula for all of our offers. We adjusted them slightly, but never did we make them irresistible. Why does that matter? Well, I find that folks on LinkedIn and maybe everywhere are more than ever very sensitive and cautious about what they click on, what forms they fill out. People are more stingy with their contact information and their time and attention than they've really ever been before. So the failure on my part was that our offers were totally resistible. And we didn't create something that someone just had to click on or had to complete the form where it was an absolute no-brainer to click on our content or to complete this form. We never achieved that level of irresistibility, and therefore we never accomplished what we wanted with that campaign. Let's dig into that a little bit more. What do I mean when I say an irresistible offer? I'm big on this idea of irresistible offers right now, and I think it applies to both e-commerce offers as well as call to actions on your content. First, I want to give a shout out to DG at Drift, who talked about this on his Marketing Swipe File podcast, where he interviewed Billy Jean at Billy Jean is Marketing, who came up with the irresistible offer concept really after running a quantifiably irresistible offer on his site and achieved 1 million plus in sales on his marketing courses. Really just one campaign did 1 million, and it was all tied to his birthday. I don't have time to go into the full details of all that. Check out the podcast. It's worth listening to. But in summary, here's what I learned from my lesson of creating or not creating irresistible offers. We as marketing and sales and business people sometimes can get really gun shy with our offers and maybe promotions and content marketing and lead gen programs. I have been that guy who has sat in the room and said, okay, we have to put this or that piece of content behind a form wall. We can't give it away for nothing, or held content behind a paywall as premium content. On the sales side, I've also been there as we kvetch and argue about 50% off, no, 30% off, 20% off, or, oh God, the margins, we giving away way too much value, blah, blah, blah. And we ultimately create what I'm now calling very resistible offers. So how does this failure to create an irresistible offer and this lesson that I learned on LinkedIn apply to you? Well, if you're marketing on LinkedIn, especially on the paid side, it's crucial to consider, along with everything else, are you making your offer irresistible? Is your call to action irresistible? And one quick way to know whether it's irresistible or not is whether or not it makes you uncomfortable. If you are totally comfortable, meaning there's no concern that you're giving away too much or for free or it's too cheap or whatever, then it's probably not very irresistible or irresistible at all. So creating irresistible offers and promotions where it's an absolute no-brainer that someone will click, buy, or download your stuff is a surefire way to help you set up for success on your next paid campaign, or really any campaign. All right, I hope this was useful. And as always, I'd I advise everybody to check out the Marketing Swipe File podcast from Drift, especially the Billy Jean is Marketing episode. And then again, let's all get really comfortable with sharing our failures and the lessons learned so that we can all keep winning at failing. Thanks. Have a great one.